All right, you guys. So I feel led to do another message. We're going to be using the Indigo Sage affirmation cards. Okay, whatever just happened. We're going to be use the Indigo Sage affirmation card. Design. I haven't yet put very beautiful deck inside. So get some messages that we need to hear. Allow me to be a vessel for clear, emotion-free messages, very healing, and supporters of this channel, and also hold people who are contributing to injustice accountable. All right, we have the Queen of Clubs here, Jack of Hearts, King of Hearts, no, not King of Hearts, but the King of Spades, supported by the Three of Hearts. Interesting. With the Two of Diamonds. All right, interesting. Okay. Then we also have the Jack of Spades with the Six of Clubs here and the Eight of Hearts. Very interesting. Let's get the supporting cards from the affirmations card. This back is beautiful. And the overall energy is love yourself, fresh and new. Embrace the unknown with unbounded joy. Nothing familiar towards heart-led discovery. So if you're watching this, it's you closed out a very tough karmic cycle. Okay? It's safe for you to be joyful. It's safe for you to follow your heart. Perhaps you've dealt with a lot of people that, you know, intelligently knew that you following your heart would mean that they couldn't be around you any longer. With this Eight of Hearts here, you possibly recognize that having these people around, you felt like you were constantly losing things or having low vibrational experiences that just had you wanting more. So you just had to do what you had to do so you could experience a better life without them. And this is saying that your new beginnings are protected from these people. Whatever that you're doing, it's outside of these people's it's outside of what these people can actually fathom, mentally. So they're not going to impede upon your new journey because literally they don't fit in. They don't fit in it at all. It's like, how are they doing that? And instead of them, feeling entitled to negatively impact your foundation, anyone that, try to prevent you from making time for yourself. They were heavily codependent, or they relied on keeping you around for information to basically to basically be to get notoriety off of you. They don't have any there's no room for them in your new beginnings. There's just no way they can be a part of it. It's just that there's a lot that's keeping them away from it, but it's whatever you're doing is so fresh and new that for them to even try to come around, it's going to be obvious they shouldn't be there. Now with the Queen, my bad. The Queen of Clubs here. And the Six of Wands here. You may have cut people loose who they didn't want you to basically, expose the toxicity that they were doing. With this Eight of Hearts, whenever the Queen of Clubs cut someone loose, the very same people that negatively, narrated the Queen of Clubs end up regretting it. The Queen of Clubs, she has the strength to keep going. She gonna make something happen whether you want it to happen or not. Okay? The Queen of Clubs is determined and focused and is not going to allow anything to stand in her way. Now, if you notice this Eight of Hearts and this Queen of Clubs is how it's situated. The Eight of Hearts is on the bottom. The Queen of Clubs is on top. Let's talk about it, y'all. I feel like you guys dealt with people who tried to create unfair advantages for you guys. And what these people did not actually admit to you is that hold on, we're gonna get into it. These people thought they would win. They thought they would have won. Now we got the Five of Spades here. These people was mean as hell to you. When I say these people had no intention of leaving you alone, they wanted to treat you like a on-call 24/7 buffet of whoop ass. And you want to know what their motivation was? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you what their motivation was. When you understand why they kept going at you so hard, and now they're like, they see that they have been left out, they unfairly tried to create situations for you. We got hot peppers here. I feel like these people really tried to light your ass up on fire. Metaphorically, let's talk about it, y'all. I feel like these people tried to create such dire circumstances for you so that you would not have the fair advantage. And now it's showing how they self-sabotaged and how you're on top. So these are people who could, they could be saying things like, with the Queen of Clubs. The Queen of Clubs is also a go-getter, very attractive. The Queen of Clubs is a type of female that is unattainable to many, and very few people will know her intimately. She's very picky about her friendships, okay? Especially if it's upright. These could be friends or people that try to become friends with you, but they will betray their own mama. So you possibly said, no, I'm not going to deal with them. Well, with the the Five of Spades here and the Seven of Hearts, these people try to justify trying to whoop your ass to no end. Now, if you think about the Five of Swords and what the original tarot Wade cards look like, it's like it's someone holding all the swords of their enemies, and their enemies are worn out. And when I'm gonna tell you guys the motivation behind why they had every intention to keep hitting you from every angle, and why they justified it with the Seven of Hearts. When I say they justified that shit, they thought they had the upper hand. And now they're starting to experience what it's like to not have people want to be around them, because people are aware that they'll create more dire situations due to them not being grounded in reality. These people had no intention of leaving you alone. They were willing to whoop your ass in the afterlife if they could get away with it. I'm going to keep it a buck. The way these people justified what they did, let's find out the motivation. We got the Queen of Clubs. No, forgive me, not the Queen of Clubs. I did see that. But we got the King and Queen of Pentacles. These people, they use spell work to figure out who you are energetically linked to and yoked to. Because if you naturally attract money, then you have to attract someone else who attracts money. So they tried to figure out who that person was. Because they wanted to basically, with the Seven of Spades, emulate, if you're a feminine, they wanted to emulate your qualities so they could fool somebody that actually is a go-getter like you and will be specifically attracted to you. Now, this King of Diamonds here is very faithful and wants someone who's just as faithful. So with this Seven of Spades here, they try to mimic you if you're the feminine. And if you are the masculine, you had toxic masculine try to basically tear tear your feminine apart. With that Five of Spades, they was willing to rape as well. So you know it is what it is. These people had you was dealing with some very mean, cold-hearted people, y'all. They didn't want you to have joy. They didn't want you to have freedom from them. They wanted you to hate yourself like they hate themselves. They destroyed everything fresh and new that came into their eyesight if there was no boundaries. And if there was boundaries, they try to go around it any way possible. So I'm picking up the people that were this mean as fuck to you. They know they not welcome. The Eight of Hearts being on the bottom, with the Queen of Clubs being on top. These people are being rejected and they're being pushed to the side because the fact that some of them have utilized spell work. To get a date instead of actually healing. Instead of naturally allowing healing to take its course. I'm picking up on people who will start healing and then they'll say, here's how they do it. I want a boyfriend now. I'm going to go out and meet someone today. Get another heartbreak. I have to heal from this. And keep this cycle up. Y'all, I used to do that shit. And when I finally got honest with myself, I realized I couldn't just sit there and keep doing it. But I pick it up on people who can be so mean and so reckless. And they will justify being mean as shit to you. They're not able to get access to you because they do not fit in. They'll look like ops if they come around. Real shit. They'll look like they trying too hard. They'll look like people who are full of regret and only regretting because they missed out on the financial opportunity. Only full of regret because they missed out on being able to collaborate with high quality people. These are the people that have been left behind. That if you allow them into your home, shit will get stolen. You'll have people talk shit about you and eat food with you. You'll have people take you to court and say, are we still friends? These people can't get access to you. We have the King of Spades here. supported by the Three of Hearts. Let's talk about it. I'm picking up on the past energies that cannot they let's just say with the King of Hearts. I'm sorry, I'm not saying the King of Hearts, but that might come up in another reading for some reason. With the King of Spades, with the Three of Hearts here, these are type of people. If you have abundance or you naturally abundant, they would try to figure out how to create a lawsuit for you guys. And this is telling me with this reading, you figured out a way to make yourself and whatever your foundation is, you figured out a way to make it so can't nobody sue you. So this is where when these toxic people realize that they can't make a quick buck off of you financially, they used to have the habit of trying to infiltrate themselves like ops into your friend group. With the Two of Diamonds. Oh shit. But what if I told you the only reason they try to infiltrate themselves into your friend groups, hoping to understand the structure of how you guys maneuver, is because of this Six of Spades? They don't have no safety. The amount of betrayal that they put out, it came back to them. So, but you also, I'm picking up on something else. The people that you actually have a actual genuine connection with the Ten of Hearts and the Three of Spades in reverse, you guys were tried and tested several times, multiple times, to see if you guys would turn on each other. Because I'm picking up on the people that cannot get access to you. They tried to see if you guys would turn on each other. And they were very surprised to find out that actually true friendships exist. So when they try to emulate themselves into like your friendship dynamic, it just it didn't phase it didn't phase whoever your soul tribe family is, whoever it is you feel safe to have your children around. It didn't phase them that someone was trying to basically create discord. Once again, you'll notice if there's ever a healthy group of people that will and I'm not gonna say that will always, but when I'm while I'm filming this video, humanity has had a history of self-destructing. This is why toxic people who commit acts of betrayal and injustice, if they ever get caught doing guilty ass shit, they'll always say they regretted it. But the fact that they went out with all that zeal to negatively impact someone's life only to regret it later, let's just say y'all passed the test, you and your soul tribe family, the people that you feel safe with to have your children around, they passed the test. With the Three of Hearts, I'm picking up you are blessed with healthy friendships, and the people that have been trying to negatively interfere with the quality of high vibrational friendships and support that you have because they don't have it, well, that's not your business. With the Three of Hearts and the Three of Spades in reverse, I feel like you're being asked to not, emotionally attach to how the people that you have to let go respond or react to them not getting their own way. This will just simply expose their narcissistic rage, things like that. And this could also be people with this Queen of Clubs who did love spells on you, and you just had to say goodbye. Because honestly, I'll tell you what happens when you do love spells on people with the Seven of Hearts. If there's something that is in your energy field that's not compatible with someone else, this can create with this five of wands here, this can create a lot of unnecessary conflict. So with the Queen of Clubs here and the Seven of Hearts, you could have had to let some people go who they would try to start some shit with you guys and then try to act as if all the drama that was being started had nothing to do with them. Interesting. Okay, so we have the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Spades. And look at this beautiful background. Holy yes to all of you. Experience yourself from a new ecstatic perspective every moment. So I feel like these people that try to negatively, get access to whatever it is you're building on, I feel with the Ace of Hearts, they had genuine intentions. It's just they went about it ingenuinely. They literally wanted to express their love language with you guys. It could have been in the form of friendship, romance. A lot of it's due to romance. But with that five of spades coming up and the Seven of Hearts, it was incompatibility. So it's like they were trying, you could have had people coming around seeing the spell work was working, love spells, with the Jack of Spades and the Jack of Hearts and the Ace of Hearts. You could have had people coming around to see if love spells were working. But this would have been the type of love spells where you will always stay in a very immature place. And there would be a lot of bickering. So with the Jack of Hearts, it always be in a puppy love stage. If you've seen couples who say they've been together for 50 plus years, but it's still in an abusive, immature state, and they're constantly with the Jack of Hearts, with the Jack of Spades, they're not evolving mentally. This is where this Ace of Hearts can become Ace of Hearts in reverse, where it can become a relationship based off of getting basically having finances together with the Ace of Diamonds next to the Jack of Hearts. This is where people who have gotten partners through love spells where there was incompatibility. Let me tell y'all guys a secret. With the Five of Spades as well showing up with the Seven of Cups over the Queen of Wands. Not being grounded in reality about a partner or letting a partner choose them with free will increase their insecurities, and also it helped them attract some very abusive spouses who emotionally abuse them and basically use them like financial gain. So this is another reason why some of these people that you had to cut loose came around you, because if they didn't leave those partners, they wanted to be able to just say, I'm going to start fresh. I'm going to start new. I'm going to go around some brand new people, and everything's going to get worked out. But they weren't actually willing to do the practical, logical steps to ensure that they were able to create their own safety. They didn't do the practical, logical steps to ensure that they did not trauma dump onto other people. They wanted a brand new experience because they actually wanted to experience love. That's nothing bad. But the way they were going about doing it, they were willing to create discord among certain individuals, um, who they felt would be in the way of what their ideal partner in person was, but there was just no compatibility there. So that's a very interesting reading. Very interesting reading. Very interesting reading coming out. So I guess how can we stay how can we stay grounded knowing all this information? How can we stay humanitarian knowing that there's people going through a lot of grave danger that they've caused themselves, and they're seeking refuge among healthy people, but they're not willing to be their own advocates. They're not willing to protect themselves. And if they have children, they're not doing the greatest job of protecting their children. They're using deceptive communication. And the fact is, we have to take into consideration that sometimes you have to interact with certain individuals to figure out a good way to help other people, especially their children. So let's get a solution as to how to um, maneuver through these difficulties, especially if they have children. As a conscious parent, when I'm dealing with toxic feminine energy or toxic masculine energy that is on some type of trip of escapism, and they're not actually preparing for the ups and downs of the reality of life, and they're looking for an escape, I have to remember that I've been there, but I also have to understand we all get out of those situations differently. So spirit, most high, how would you say to navigate out of this situation, or what would you say to do? I'm gonna show you the cards too. They're beautiful. These are some beautiful cards. I can't even lie. We have reciprocity and music of plants. Cease trying to conjure. Surrender the old and play your part in freshness. Hold these people accountable. Don't sit there and expect don't allow yourself to overgive to these people to an extent where they're becoming extremely dependent on you. We also have behind here interest and love trance. Meditate in appreciation with flowers. Each is a portal to divine love. There's nothing wrong with these people having romantic thoughts of you. That's normal. It's part of the human experience. But the way these people are going about trying to force a love connection on you, this is going to basically make it so that during times where you need to be able to see clearly so that you can navigate, survivability and have a high rate of morality, you have to be able to see clearly. And you need a partner that's going to be able to see clearly, especially if you have children. Because a lot of children that have been born from couples where a love spell took place, a lot of children got like traumatized from that, you know. And as a parent, when you have children with somebody, it doesn't matter if a love spell was used or fertility magic was used. Good parents, good conscious parents, will feel that disappointment of their children not being safe. So you want to make sure that it's equal reciprocity taking place. If you start to feel that they're asking for more than you're willing to give, you just simply back away. Because honestly, love spells, I don't do love spells, okay? That's not my thing. But I'm aware of a lot of females that do them, and there's a lot of females doing them that's in abusive relationships. So this is where naturally good men get treated like how they wish the abusive men would have been treated. Interesting, right? You know, a lot of empathic men can relate to meeting the woman of their dreams. She was sweet and she was so well mannered and put together. And then when they got together after a long period of time and had children, what the fuck happened? Well, there's a reason for that. Now look at the back of this card. Come on, this is beautiful. Come on. So we got sacred smoke and cleansing. With amazing strength and fluidity, your love is an interpenetrating power. So you could do some cleansing. You could give yourself a bath. It's like when you're dealing with people who are trying to escape abusive romantic connections, and instead of healing they decide to just get into another relationship. um you got to cleanse you could even do some saging, because these people who are focused on escaping from toxic dynamics instead of resolving these issues and becoming aware of how they're participating in repeating cycles of very toxic relationship romantic dynamics, they waste a lot of people's time long term. There's a lot of good brothers I know that fell in love with, the girl they thought was, and whatever. And then they come to find out, damn, bro, what the hell happened with my life? And it's just a whole sea of disappointment. And there's females I know that we thought, I can trust this man. I'm in a love trance. And when it really comes time to show how responsible the person is, they show so much signs of immaturity that there's women, and I've done this myself. When I was pregnant with my second child, I was out there homeless with my second daughter's father, and he kept making promises that he couldn't keep. So he was not able to provide a foundation. So there was a lot of struggling. So you want to make sure you cleanse your energy each and every day, because if you're a very sensitive person, you'll be able to deeply relate to these people, the pain they're going through. But then you also have to understand, I know you can get yourself out this situation. And when you realize that it's just, you have to pull your energy back, you'll realize people that do spell work and then stalk you to see if the spell work is working, especially if it's a love spell, when it doesn't work after a certain time, they'll eventually leave. But you want to see how they react during the times that they're expecting, like, why isn't the spell work working? If you got somebody trying to figure out why love spells aren't working on you, and they're not trying to get themselves out of a toxic situation, especially if this is a female, you have to. I'm honest. As a female, if a female is choosing to basically, let's say, leave an abusive relationship where infidelity is occurring to get into a brand new one, anyway, you have to understand, if you're a very sensitive person, you're going to want unconditional love. And you ain't going to get that from this female. Because whatever abuse that she didn't heal from that past relationship that she just jumped into, you going to basically be given so much to the point that you're going to feel like you cannot actually love yourself right. So this is where we have appreciation and illuminate come up. Embrace an absolute love of life without exception. You got to accept that if you allow yourself to give into the temptation of this type of save me energy, save me, it's gonna be hard to let that shit go. It's not that it's gonna be hard to let it go specifically. If you like to have a hero complex and this is your weakness, this is temptation, because you understand if you help a damsel in distress, there's always a damsel in distress who's doing love spells on you and shit. I have to say, I understand. I've been picking up men respond differently when love spells are done on them. Okay? If you are a female and you feel that there's people trying to get an understanding of how to woo you, realize if they're trying to love bomb you, they're trying to get you to do more than what you are willing to do. And this is where you have to, accept, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to compromise my well-being and my sanity to put my life on hold for a codependent person. So it sounds like you could be dealing with a codependent person who's seeking a sense of refuge and safety. And I feel like if you decide to explore this temptation trap of a person like, save me from myself again, or you may have somebody that don't want to tell you how they get into toxic karmic cycles and they need somebody to save them all the time. Now, healthy masculine, y'all got a healthy way of y'all desire to be heroes, so that's normal. But this is where you guys have to understand. A damsel in distress all the time. The more money you got, the more problems you're gonna have. A damsel in distress will attract predators and make it so you can get robbed. A damsel in distress all the time will also set your ass up. Because if an abusive man has so much control over her with fear, and if they can control her through, say, by making her jealous and envious, it don't matter how good you treat that woman. She gonna turn her back on you and betray you. And if you a female and you got someone trying to make it seem as if they the perfect person for you, but you're not even given a chance to just simply explore womanhood without feeling a sense of possessiveness from someone, you got to understand toxic masculine energy. Just, you got to understand when I'm picking up how to deal with these people, you have to accept where they're at. They don't exactly understand unconditional love. They want to. They're beautiful, but they don't exactly understand it. And let's talk about unconditional love for a little bit. Unconditional love can be you simply accepting, let's say, I'm accepting that as much as I love the person that I love, we need more time to ourselves so we can figure some things out. But if instead of following through with this, you guys are stuck under each other like with codependency, and you guys just simply keep bickering and arguing, that right there says, okay, we're not respecting each other. You're not developing self-discipline. You're not developing self-control. And this is not a time to be wilding out because your partner ain't talking to you or your partner ain't, making time for you. This is not a time. This ain't a time to be, losing your cool because a relationship ain't working out. Now, people that do love spells, I'm going to put y'all on. When they partners don't do what they want them to do, they wild the fuck out. And then they'll shame and guilt them. And then they might do even more love spells just to make sure the love spells stick. Then they might even do fertility magic. It gets real here. Anyway, let's end your reading with sacred human. You are an incomparable, ever-changing, beautiful expression of divine love. If someone enters your life and you feel your healthy lifestyle of freedom will be restricted, realize they're not the person for you. Simply put, if you got them still trying to, convince you to give aspects of yourself, and it's not going to be equal energy exchange, and you feel you're going to be shrinking yourself to basically make them comfortable in their uncomfortabilities as they try to make you uncomfortable, so you'll have less visibility to the right people, so you won't be able, so you'll miss out on good opportunities. You got to think long term. You want to be able to attract the right high quality, high vibrational activities and relationships and connections. And if you have someone who is willing to do love spells against your will and not just let you live your best life, with or without them, whether you said, hey, I'm okay with what you're doing, but if you said no and they still doing it, then you got to keep it pushing. Okay, you got to keep it pushing. Don't try to get don't try to get evidence of what they're doing. Just simply leave their asses behind, bro, and focus on your foundation. Because we're in a time now where you got people doing love spells to attract marriage partners so that they'll have a roof over their head. You got people doing fertility magic during the summertime when people most horniest. Right? Hold on. A lot of times, I'm gonna put y'all up on, I'm gonna let y'all go. When people do love spells, a lot of the times it's done in the summertime to prepare for the wintertime. A lot of fertility magic, a lot of sex magic, it happens in the summertime. But when wintertime comes, and memories of family holidays that didn't go so well come up, this is where these people who are under love spells start to see, damn, bro, what the fuck I get myself into? And it just, yeah. So I'm gonna end this here now. And y'all make sure y'all continue to just don't fall for the damsels in distress, and do not allow aggressive men to bully you from your path if you are a feminine. And divine masculines, do not allow this damsels in distress to get y'all set up to get robbed or killed when you don't respond the way these women want you to respond, with the fact that they haven't healed from broken relationships. And we're gonna end it there.